Hey fam, Emma Chamberlain just got super real about something personal that totally changed her life. And let me tell you, the way she even found out about it is not what you'd expect. Like, imagine chilling at the salon, getting your hair washed, and boom, someone basically diagnoses you with a health condition right there on the spot. Wild, right? Stick with me because Emma's story is about to get deeper and way more relatable. So Emma, who's only 23 and already such a huge name on social media, recently opened up about being diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS. And y'all, the way she found out is honestly something you'd expect in a TV show or a movie, not real life. She explained, "I got diagnosed with PCOS at the hair salon. I was sitting in the chair getting my hair washed, and a woman was next to me, and she turned to me and she said, 'Do you have PCOS?' Like, wait a second. Imagine sitting there vibing while someone's massaging your scalp, and then out of nowhere, a stranger is like, 'Hey, I think you got PCOS.' You'd probably be like, 'Excuse me, what?' And that's exactly how Emma felt. She said, 'I was like, I don't know. My mom has PCOS. She has PCOS and endometriosis, and she's had a lot of challenges.' And then the woman dropped the bomb on Emma. Quote, and she was like, 'I think you have PCOS.' But here's the twist. This wasn't just some random lady throwing guesses. Turns out this woman was actually an OBGYN, like a real doctor sitting right next to Emma while getting her hair washed. Crazy coincidence, right? Emma continued, "She could tell by the acne that was on my cheeks at the time, noting that the interaction happened over a year ago. It's really changed my life, to be honest," she said. Now, fam, if you don't really know what PCOS is, let's break it down real quick. PCOS is basically a hormonal disorder that affects so many women, and it happens when the ovaries start making too many male hormones. According to health experts, what happens is many small sacs of fluid develop along the outer edge of the ovary. The small fluid-filled cysts contain immature eggs. These are called follicles. The follicles fail to regularly release eggs. On top of that, high androgen levels can cause symptoms like excess facial and body hair. This is called hirsutism. Sometimes severe acne and male pattern baldness can happen too. So yeah, it's no joke. It affects people in a bunch of different ways. And for Emma, the diagnosis ended up making a big difference. She said she was put on medication to regulate her hormones, and honestly, the results for her have been so positive. She explained, "My periods are so much more chill. My skin is so much more predictable. My hair is getting thicker. It's just feeling like I'm coming back to myself in a way." Like, that's such a glow-up moment. Imagine struggling with unpredictable skin, painful periods, and then suddenly things start falling into place. That's a huge weight lifted off anyone's shoulders. But that's not all. Emma didn't just stop there. She first spoke about her diagnosis publicly on her podcast, Anything Goes, back in March 2024. And the way she described it showed just how much this condition had been affecting her life. She said, "I found out it's the reason that for many years I've had irregular periods, cystic acne, anxiety, depression, and a slew of other issues. It could also possibly impact my fertility, which is upsetting. It's definitely a bummer." That's honestly such a raw and vulnerable thing to share, especially considering how many young women follow her and look up to her. And then she added, "It's common. I know a lot of girls with PCOS, and I think I have a milder version of it. I don't have the cysts, I don't have all of the symptoms of PCOS, but alas, I have it." Even though it's a tough diagnosis, Emma found some comfort knowing her mom also had PCOS, but was still able to have her. She shared, "Hopefully, I'll be fertile when I'm ready to have children," she added. "In what, 6 years, 6 to 8 years? Probably." So while there's that worry about fertility in the future, Emma seems hopeful, and it's honestly really encouraging for her supporters who might be going through the same thing. But here's where things get even more interesting. On top of sharing all this about her health, Emma also opened up about her complicated relationship with YouTube. And y'all, you know she's basically YouTube royalty. She started her channel when she was only 16 back in 2017, and since then she's built this massive career. But fame isn't always sunshine and rainbows, right? She admitted that she took a step back from posting videos and even from social media as a whole because it just got overwhelming. She wanted time for what she called self-discovery. And if you've been wondering why she wasn't posting as much, well, that's your answer. But don't worry, because the queen is back. And she's not just back, she's loving it again. She shared, "I'm loving making YouTube videos. I make them all myself, I edit them all myself, so I've been focusing on that." And honestly, that's so refreshing to hear. A lot of creators end up with big teams behind them. But Emma's still doing it herself, staying true to her roots, which is probably why fans feel so connected to her. So fam, here's the big takeaway. Emma's story is such a powerful reminder that health struggles don't define you. And even when life throws you curveballs, like finding out you have PCOS in the middle of a hair salon, you can still bounce back stronger. She's finding ways to manage it, she's being open about it, and she's reconnecting with a platform that made her a star. And if anything, this makes her even more relatable. Because let's be real, so many women are dealing with PCOS or similar issues quietly. By Emma talking about it so openly, it's like she's giving her fans an example to be real about their own struggles too. So what do y'all think? Do you find it surprising how Emma was diagnosed? Or are you just glad she's sharing her story? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know a lot of people will relate to this one.
I just saw a post about how Emma Chamberlain got diagnosed with PCOS because she was at the hairdressers, and then the woman sat next to her also getting their hair done, who turned out to be an OBGYN, said, "Hey, like, I'm recognizing some symptoms of PCOS, like your acne and like what you're talking about your hair and stuff. You should go get it checked out and diagnosed." And she got diagnosed, and now like her life is different and changed. And what upset me about this post as someone with PCOS and endometriosis is that there was so much misinformation on this post, which was by Impact, by the way, who I love and have followed for years and really appreciate what they do. But it said that PCOS is you can get painful periods. And this is misinformation that led me to literally get diagnosed 4 years after my initial diagnosis with endometriosis, when I could have gotten it sooner, because I believed that as well, but it's not true. Painful periods are usually linked to endometriosis, not PCOS. PCOS is the irregularity, the hormone imbalance, hair growth, for some people weight gain, all those kind of hormonal affected things. And endometriosis is more so like the physical period is extremely heavy, extremely painful. And I think that this misinformation, you can hear it in my voice, it gets me really upset because there's no like bad intention behind this misinformation, and we don't get taught this stuff when we're younger. And I was reading through the comments and it made me really upset because there were people saying, why is this linked to period pains? And there was genuine questions, and people who also knew this and got confused, but then other people who literally were saying things that I have been saying my entire life.